A few weeks ago, one of my cats got really hurt. And then that was on Monday. And Saturday, my son looks over at the cat and says, "Oh, I didn't know his leg hurt like that." And I looked and it was a big gaping hole that had this yucky stuff inside it. So I cleaned it up, and this was Saturday night. So I wasn't sure what to do Saturday night. So I talked to my friend about the options of Chivo pets. So my daughter and I got in an Uber and we drove out there, and we were treated so well. And what they did on that first visit, they gave him a shot of antibiotics. They packed his wound and they wrapped it, which wasn't really great for a cat. It had like the sticky animal wrapping that they put on. But because it was sort of half on his thigh, and she wrapped his whole leg and some of his back, and it came undone very, very quickly. It wasn't very successful, that. They gave me oral antibiotics and some painkillers for him to take home. We had to come back every 3 days, 3 more times. So 3 days later, I came back with him, and he does not like the carrier. And we had to get a cone for him. So what we had to do, because Sunday when we came home, there was nothing open, we called around some vets, and a vet actually delivered the cone on the Monday. So he didn't have the cone on Sunday when he first had his leg wrapped. So that wasn't as super successful as we would have liked for that reason. So his dressing was kind of coming undone. I tried to kind of put some paper towel there to kind of keep the opening at least covered and put some other wrapping around it. It wasn't very successful. So when we went back 3 days later, and with his cone on in the carrier, he still was able to move around a lot. And he kind of made the opening look worse anyway. So when we got there, I talked to the vet and I said, maybe we should do some stitches. So he took a little video. He went in to talk to the surgeon, and they agreed that we would stay there for, I think it was like 3 or 4 hours. I think it was 6 hours in total, actually, but he had to be under, and then the surgery, and they had to wake up. And so it was several hours later, but he was doing really well. They said that there was a really deep infection in that wound, and they cleaned it all out, but it was really deep inside. So I'm really glad that they did the surgery, because they cleaned it out. He had 6 or 7 stitches in his leg, and they didn't have to keep a bandage or something on it, which was much easier. They gave me some ointment and some more painkillers at that appointment. So I gave him that. So I had to clean his wound twice a day and put this ointment on. It was like an antibiotic cream. And we had to go back 2 days later. So 2 days later we went back, and again he gets so upset in that carrier. He was struggling, and the top and bottom of the stitches in the incision were starting to open up a little bit, and just a little bit of blood was coming out. So when we got there, she gave him a shot of blood clotting medicine, and that was just, to help him, so it would heal faster. And I just told her it's really the struggle of being in the carrier, because he was fine at home. We were supposed to go back on the 14th to get those stitches removed, so we were there in total 4 times. One great thing about Chivo pets is that they're extremely inexpensive. Our first visit there, where they packed the wound, was $5. The second visit, where we did the surgery, was a little more expensive. It was $6.50. When we went in to review that work, it was $1.50, and that was including the meds. These are all including the meds. And to get the stitches removed, which we didn't have meds for that, but just to get the stitches removed was 50 cents. So for $13.50, we got this cat treated over 4 visits.